Guess what? I went shopping today and I saw something with your name on it. You're gonna love it.
Really? Was it a Coach bag? Because they have this new one with the big gold buckle.
With the tassel and zipper?
Yeah.
No. I got you something better.
Really? Prada?
Better.
Better than Prada?
Sin opens bag and pulls out paintbrushes and supplies.
Why did this make you think of me?
Seeing this
Referring to Cynthia's painting.
reminded me how much you love painting, remember? You'd be in that paint lab for hours.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Why'd you stop?
Time to grow up. What? Junior year, I changed my major to art. Mom found out. She said she was going to stop sending Daddy's insurance money. That if I wanted to be broke, now was just as good a time as any to start. So I changed back to accounting. She was right. Look at Dawn.
Well, maybe painting will make you happy again.
Happy? Why'd you say that?
I found the letter from the doctor.
You read my mail?
It was an accident. I was looking for the menus.
I don't care. That's none of your business.
You are my business. You're not responding to their calls. You missed 2 appointments.
I don't want to talk about it.
They sent that letter months ago. This isn't just gonna go away.
I know that.
I don't get this. What's the plan? Just go on like it's normal until there's a treat for this disease, a treatable disease? Maybe you can just get the lump removed or something.
Yeah, I thought about that.
So what are you waiting on?
Maybe for nature to take its course.
You mean die?
It's crossed my mind. Maybe it's just my time.
But why?
Forget it. Forget I said anything.
You can't say some shit like that and expect me to forget it. I mean, did you think about all the people who love you? Don't you think it's a little selfish?
Don't try to make me feel guilty about this.
Well, what did you want me to do? Just
want
accept
you
it
to
and
not
offer to
think
go
about
casket
yourself
shopping
for
with you or
once.
something?
I want you to respect what I want. You act like I'm committing suicide or something.
What's the difference?
It's not like I'm putting a gun to my head. And what about you? You smoke. You know that shit causes cancer, and you do it anyway.
Everyone who smokes doesn't get cancer.
And everyone dies eventually. All of this would just delay the inevitable.
So you got this all figured out?
Not really.
What about the things we said we were gonna do together? We're gonna ride camels in Egypt, go shoe shopping in Italy.
Tanya, I don't need you to try to convince me of anything. I just need you to be a friend and accept my decision, whatever it is.
Well, if you leave it untreated, how much time do you have?
I don't know.
How aggressive is it? Well, what are the treatment options? Did you want to take the lump or the whole breast?
I'm sure he talked about it, but I don't remember.
At the very least, you owe yourself an informed decision. There was a time when I was going to take a break from school. A certain person didn't listen to me. She went to professors and added classes for me, bought my books.
I'm still paying the interest.
Yeah, you refused to let me give up. You were right. Probably would have never finished.
I know.
So you agree that sometimes our friends can see more clearly than we can? All I'm saying is, give me a chance to return the favor. I called, and they have an opening this Wednesday.
I have a meeting scheduled at our client.
Have someone on your team go.
Yeah, but the client may not want to see
Your
you.
life is more important than some damn meeting. Sin, think about it. Heaven forbid something were to happen to you tomorrow. That company may send your mama some flowers and keep your name on a plate by the door for a week, if you're lucky. You're worth more than that. Didn't we have some good times in college?
Yeah.
Times we both would have missed if I'd have dropped out of school, right?
I see where you're going with this.
All I'm saying is make an informed decision. That's the same advice you give me.
I hate it when you do that. Use my own words against me.
Let's make a pact. You go to your appointment, and I'll stop smoking.
Seriously? Not a single puff? Nothing?
I've been watching wanting to quit for a while anyway. Where are you going?
Flush the rest of your cigarettes down the toilet before you change your mind.
Act 1, Scene 11. Cynthia and Tanya are sitting in a sparsely furnished hospital exam room. Throughout the scene, Tanya is taking notes. Cynthia may get up, physically removing herself during the conversation. Cynthia begins fanning herself.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just hate hospitals. Reminds me of my dad.
The doctor enters.
Hi, Cynthia.
He shakes her hand and remains standing throughout the scene.
Tanya,
Inaudible to Doctor and Tanya.
it's burning up in here.
So how bad is the cancer?
Based on today's ultrasound, the lump has grown significantly compared to 6 months ago when you were diagnosed. Based on how aggressive it is and the size and the location of the lump, I recommend a mastectomy.
Inaudible to Doctor and Tanya.
I'm on fire. She's not even sweating.
We won't be able to know how much of the area is affected until we operate. With the mastectomy, there are reconstruction options to choose from, which can be determined after treatment is finished. If you want reconstructive surgery, we can put a spacer in to stretch the skin.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Going to order a bone scan, PET scan, and blood work. We'll also test to see if you have BRCA1 or 2. Once we get the results, we'll talk about next steps. We don't recommend you postponing treatment any further.
How long is the test going to take?
It depends. We'll have to schedule an appointment for the PET scan, get the results back from the genetic testing.
Why are you doing genetic testing?
There are some genetic markers that indicate whether a woman is more predisposed to breast cancer or not. If Cynthia has the gene, it could impact our treatment plan because the odds that she could develop cancer in your other breast are higher.
Okay, and you, I'm sorry, you said something about a pet? What's that?
Yes, a PET scan. Let me get my nurse. She'll be able to answer your questions.
Doctor exits.
His nurse. Why is he getting him? We're not paying the nurse to do surgery, Sin. Can you believe that? He just blew us off. Sin.
Hello again, ladies. Dr. Steiner said you wanted to know more about the PET scan. It's a test to make sure the cancer hasn't spread to the bones, vital organs, or anywhere else in the body. We need those results before we start treatment. Dr. Steiner can write an order for you to get the blood work today, and the results normally take about a week. Once we do the PET scan, which depends on the availability, the results can take about 2 weeks.
Depends on availability. How come if all this wasn't scheduled with this appointment?
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. We weren't even sure if Cynthia would show up today.
Exactly. It took an act of God to get her here, and now you're telling me we gotta come back? I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get her back here. She may never come back, and we don't have much more information than when we first got here. Isn't there a way we can tell the test and get it done today?
I understand your concerns, but usually the radiology department is booked a week, sometimes 2 weeks out.
That's too long. Please, I live out of town, and I'm pretty much the only support she has.
I can't make any promises, but let me speak to Dr. Snyder and we'll see what he can do.
Thank you. And with all due respect, I know the doctor's busy and everything, and Cynthia may just be a patient to you, but she is my sister and my best friend, so her life matters to me a lot. I don't care if we have to sleep here. We're not leaving until tests get done.
I hear you loud and clear. Cynthia? Cynthia?
Huh?
Is she always like this? While you wait, here's literature on organizations that can help. I highly recommend this support group. Other patients found it very helpful.
We'll look it over. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate your help.
Don't thank me yet. I'll bring you some water while you wait.
Exits.
Do you want to go to a meeting?
How is listening to some old white women talk about their roots gonna help me?
Act 1, Scene 12. Sierra Sisters support group meeting. A projector screen and a few tall houseplants are on stations. The name Sierra Sisters is on the projector screen. The Facilitated dialogue is interactive and varies based on audience response. Daniel is seated in the audience.
Hi, Sierra family. I'm Cheryl, and I'm facilitating the meeting again today. Before I forget, is Bridget still here? All right, there you are. I didn't get a chance to catch you at the other meeting, but I wanted you to know I was so moved by your story. I really was. Thank you for sharing it. I'm seeing some new faces. What's your name?
Ivy.
Okay, all right. So we're glad you're here. We're really glad you're here. And what about you, sir?
And me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my name is Robert.
All right, I'm glad you're here too, Robert. And how about you, sir?
My name is Jamal.
Jamal, nice to meet you. All right. And we just love to see men here, don't we, sisters? Are you two
Yes.
married?
What's it worth?
Well, if you're not married, you can stand up and let the sisters take a good look at you. We like to have a good time when we come together, we really do. And if you're not going to enjoy yourself, you might as well just go home. So, but if you are married, well, are there any single men here today?
I'm not married.
Okay. Well, all my single brothers, please stand up and let us take a good look at you anyway. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. If you didn't know already, we like to have a good time here, we really do. So, okay. And as I always say, it's time to get purified, okay? Who would like to volunteer and share their story in 2 minutes or less? Would anybody like to share their story? Don't be shy. Like I've told people, it's a safe space. Bridget shared her story. That took a lot of courage and strength to do that. She mentioned about going through the fire, and I said we're here to help her with that. Did you want to say anything today about your story? Just a couple minutes, sir?
Yeah, I'll say something.
Thank you.
I think the hardest part for me, after I found out that I had cancer, was learning to depend on others. I was raised by a single mother and was taught to be independent, and so all my life I've tried to, to take care of my business myself. And at some point in time, I realized that it's impossible. I mean, I was so bad that I used to believe that if I couldn't get it done, it wasn't supposed to get done. And then when I got sick, the people that really came to me and that really helped me and supported me. I teach school, and I had some teachers come to me and ask me what could they do for me. And my first response was, I don't know, nothing, I can't think of anything. And so then they decided that at least 2 times a week, somebody would fix dinner and bring it to me at school so that I could take it home and make sure I had something to eat. And that 2 went to 4. And it was just amazing the people that came to help me and to support me. And that was probably the hardest thing for me to realize how much help and support I really needed.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
And again, we're here to support. We're here to support. So,
Give me a drink now.
anybody got a drink?
Tanya does.
Top shelf.
I'll see you.
So folks, just by a show of hands, who was touched or who can relate to either of these stories that we, with Bridget and Ray? Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Will the 2 of you please stand up and look around? Everybody put your hands up again who was touched. Thank you. We all thank you for sharing. We really do. Daniel, will you please come up here?
Daniel joins facilitator on stage.
Daniel, come on now, don't be shy. Don't be shy. We'd like to thank you again for being our guest speaker today. Wasn't he good? saying thank you.
She hands him a mug and a Sierra t-shirt. Act 1, Scene 13. Cynthia's living room. Both are talking on the phone to each other.
How's your conference going?
Oh, you go to one publishing conference, you've gone to all of them. Oh, this old man tried to hit on me last night. He had to be at least 70. He said young women keep him young. I told him that his last one didn't do a very good job.
What did he say?
He started laughing and asked me if he could buy me a drink.
How do you do that?
It's a gift. Did you get your test results yet?
No, haven't heard anything.
I thought he said it takes about 2 weeks.
They must not have the results yet. They'll call me when they're ready.
You should call them.
It doesn't make sense to call.
Well, if you don't want to call, I'll call them then.
Look, I gotta go. I'm about to pee on myself.
Don't try to rush me off the
Talk
phone.
to you soon.
Cynthia! Hello? No, that heifer did not just hang up. Don't make me fly back out there, because I will.
Act 1, Scene 14. A sparsely furnished exam room